At this stage in your business, you're no longer chasing matrix or algorithm hack or cookie cutter strategies, okay? You are building your brand, because when you are ready to become the woman who actually leads in your space, you are no longer chasing matrix. You are now building a brand that gets you the kind of money that you want to be making, that you know you deserve to be making, or that you know you should be making right now. So let's unpack this. Welcome back to the podcast. I am so freaking excited that you're here. Happy Tuesday. It is me, your host, Malika, today. Okay, so excited because we're finally going over how I teach my clients to build a powerful personal brand that gets them powerfully paid. And this is exactly what I'm creating my newest program around, because yes, you are posting. Yes, you have your business. Yes, you have some clients, but this is truly about building the kind of brand that your best clients are willing to pay for. That makes you the no-brainer, no convincing, no chasing woman that gets you powerfully paid. This is part 3 of this mini series that we are doing. So go tune into those first episodes, part 1, part 2, and then come back to part 3. And this, oh my God, this episode is going to be so juicy. Okay, I'm so excited. First of all, let me just start by saying that I used to think that I needed like 3 times more clients to make the same amount of money that I make now. This is because I was so scared to raise my rate. Okay? Because I thought that like if I raise my rate, then I get less clients, which is not the case. Okay? Yes, I was filling up space, but it was not really matching the value. This is 2 issues in this, okay? First is when you feel like you can't really just raise your price, it's mainly because of 2 things. It's mainly because of the clients that you are attracting, okay? And it's also because of how you are marketing like your service or your offer. They are not perceiving it as its true full value, okay? And I had a conversation with this girl who told me like, you know, I would love to like raise my price and just like get like better clients, but I feel like I can't because the clients that I have now, you know, they're picky, or like I don't think that they would be on board with this, right? But there comes a point in your business, okay, where you have to let go of what you don't want to make space for what you do want. And this is something that I realized myself, right? And it's like, this is also what I teach my clients. It's like, it's a positioning and also a marketing issue, okay? Because if the kind of client that you are attracting now is based on the brand and the content that you are putting out there right now. So it's really just a match. So if your marketing is very basic and very like blah kind of, you know, like you will also attract the kind of client who, you know, they don't truly value you, or they're not really going because it's you, but they're more going because it's convenient, or it's, you know, you're there. Like, you know what I mean? So that is a marketing issue. But also, when you fix the marketing issue, you can also fix the rate issue that attracts the good clients, your best client. So this is kind of like 2 things, okay? It comes down to 2 things, which is number 1, framing your offer or your service properly and positioning yourself as the secret sauce that they crave, like the main like ingredient that like they cannot get anywhere else, because it's true, they cannot get anywhere else, okay? And number 2, it also comes down to not following any like cookie cutter strategy, but truly you need to become someone that people are willing to pay for. Okay. And this is done again through your personal brand. This is where attraction marketing comes into play. Okay. So this is what I want you to understand. You will always be at a disadvantage when you are the one chasing clients, when you are the one doing cold DMs, when you are the one like waiting on referrals, word of mouth, like, you know, like you'll always get either stuck being the replacement or the second choice or the convenient choice, or like, you know, like you'll always be stuck kind of being in this cycle of inconsistent client stream, which can be really fucking annoying. And this is kind of why it feels like a dog kind of like chasing his tail. Like, I don't know how else to explain it, but like it's kind of like as soon as you think you got it, you gotta keep spinning around to get more, right? Because there's never this consistent flow of client coming to you. It's kind of like, yes, you have the client, but then, oh shit, I have to go. Oh shit, I have to, like, you're always like this dog chasing your tail, which can really get fucking annoying, which is why when you build the kind of personal brand that is based on attraction marketing, you are the one setting the tone, and then the clients that are your best fucking clients that are ready to invest, that are ready to pay you the money, that are ready to pay like whatever the fuck your price is, they come to you. Because truly we want to get rid of kind of like the inconsistency of like, where's my next client coming from? Or okay, like how am I going to do my next post so that hopefully I can have like some clients like sign up for what I have to offer, or like pay me, or like book me in, or book in my calendar. Like what can I post next to like get me the next client to come, right? It's kind of like we want to get out of being at the mercy of other people, or being at the mercy of like the algorithm, and going truly into attraction. Because it's no longer like, where's my next client from? It's, you know, it's coming from your online personal brand because it's so strong. You just know that you are ready to step the fuck up and you want to have a personal brand that match that. And my upcoming program is truly the place where you start getting powerfully paid. You know, you've posted the content, you started building your brand, your online presence and everything, but you want to have a powerful personal brand that fuels and expands your life, that bends to you and gets you powerfully paid. And so get on the wait list. It's going to be in the description. So tap on it, get on it. Once you are on it, you'll get all the details once the doors do open, and you'll get access to an exclusive early bird discount once the door open, and you'll be notified for that as well. This is honestly the next level container to attract your most amazing fucking clients straight to you. Stop the chasing, stop the inconsistent income. And now here's a little secret, okay, that I've picked up over the years with helping clients, with helping, you know, entrepreneur women like rise and like make more money and get more clients, get better clients, and even from learning from my like own investment and like the coaches that I learned from. And it's that when you become the woman who leads in your space, this is when you are no longer the one chasing after matrix or the latest algorithm hack. You are now building from a personal brand that is rooted in you and what you do, but also that is very much tailored to attract your best client. Does that make sense? Like, it's also going with the fact of like, yes, it's rooted in you. It's rooted in attraction marketing, but it's also for the kind of ideal client that you want to actually have, and the one that is actually going to pay you at your fullest value. You are no longer the one chasing, you are becoming the brand that other people come to, the brand that sells for you. Because here's the thing, okay? Powerful content doesn't just educate or shows what you do, okay? It creates obsession. It builds your authority. It builds trust. It sells for you. And now there are a few key elements to a very much lasting, powerful brand, which we'll get into. But first, I want to talk about a mistake that I see over and over and over and over again when people are trying to like build their brand, because most people are posting content and they think, oh, I'm posting content, so like I'm building a powerful brand. But here's the catch though. It's not necessarily because they're posting content that it means that they're building a powerful, intentional, personal brand that will do what they want it to do. Okay? And so it's important to know, because most people think, oh, I'm posting content, so I'm building an intentional, powerful personal brand, which is not the case. Because in order to build a powerful personal brand, you need to know and build on the elements of a powerful personal brand, and not just content that is, on the fly, or like, oh, this is nice, so I'm just going to post it because yes, we want it to feel like we want it to feel like it's so exciting and nice to post the content, but it also needs to be intentional. So just knowing that, you will be ahead of most people. What the fuck are the lasting elements of a powerful personal brand that actually does what you need it to do, which is make you the kind of money that you want to fucking make, okay? And get those amazing clients. We have main character activation, okay? I talk about this a lot, okay? Be the main character. You need to activate your main character energy. Is very much an essential part of your brand. And knowing exactly how to market that, right? Market that like main character through your personal brand is really the key to having people obsessed with you and your personal brand. Something also really important that most people overlook, but that I make sure that every single person that I help doesn't, okay, is messaging, okay? And this is what I called rich girl messaging framework. So this is my own framework that I've developed through the years, and that it's basically to have a messaging that really peers through the noise and makes it really compelling and easy to convert clients, to convert the right clients, okay? Messaging is so much deeper than just saying what you have to offer or what your offer is. It's truly about how you can activate someone that is watching you from their phone. So that is what essentially a really powerful messaging is going to do, okay? It's able to not just have someone listen to you, but it activates them to take action. It activates them to be like, oh my God, I am going to book in with you. Oh my God, I'm going to book a coaching call with you. Oh my God, I'm going to buy your program. Oh my God, like that's what it does. That's what it is. That's essentially what you want it to do, because that's the main key element. It's like, it's activation. So how you create that activation is through your messaging, because yes, your personal brand is super powerful. That's what draws people in, right? But then your messaging is what needs to be able to convert, okay? So this is a very, very key element that most people overlook, because yes, if you are saying, oh my God, this is my offer, this is my service, whatever, but it just sounds like everybody else, I'm just going to scroll past it like everybody else. I'm just going to consume your brand like everybody else. But that's not what you want. When you want to truly get paid powerfully and you are ready to step the fuck up and get the right kind of client that you know you deserve to have, that you should be having, or that you know you should have more of, then this is truly most of the time a messaging issue, okay? I see this a lot, and yeah, most of the time it's just a fucking messaging issue. Now, next, I already touched on this a little bit, but it's bold positioning that makes you the obvious fucking choice. Now, obviously, this is what your personal brand does, but you also need to be able to frame your offer or your service in a way that is the most aligned and like premium solution or choice for your dream clients, right? Because how you are framing your offer now and your service now is not going to be the same way that will allow you to make a different kind of amount of money more easily, faster. You know what I mean? Like, it's not going to be framed the same, because number one, it's not going to reach the same kind of people. And number two, it's going to be an obvious fucking choice. And so if you feel like right now, like, oh my God, like my service is so good, or I am so good, and you feel like you're literally this like hidden gem that's like, if only like they could experience my service or like my offer. Oh my God, if only they could experience it, like they would fall in love, they would love it, and they're like everything. But you're like, oh my God, like how can they see that I'm so fucking good, right? This is where we take your fucking like offer and we frame it properly to be able to show that, so then you're no longer this like hidden gem. Because that's the thing, okay? This is the thing that like also frustrates me the most to see, is that like when someone thinks that like it's because they're not good, or they're like, you know, they're not good enough, or like whatever, this is why, like, oh, this is why I'm not getting paid the amount that I want to be paid, or I'm not making the kind of money that I want to be paid. And I'm like, no, it's not. It's because we need to reframe your offer. We need to reshape how you are marketing your offer and framing it, and framing yourself as well. And then people can finally see what you see, right? But when you keep getting this message and this feedback of like, oh my God, like I feel like no one sees how good I am, or no one is willing to pay me because I feel like I'm so good, it starts like knocking down your confidence. You're like, oh my God, like is it me? Like, am I the problem? But it's like, no, it's not. You're not the problem. The problem is honestly, that is a positioning issue. So this is where we need to fix your positioning within your personal brand. Don't worry, if you feel this way and you're like, oh my God, I feel like my confidence is getting knocked the fuck down because it feels like no one wants to pay this, or like I feel like no one knows how good I fucking am. It's not because you're not fucking good. You are. You really are fucking good. You just need to have better marketing. Okay, now next up on the list, we have unfiltered authority and embodied brand. Now, when I first started to build my personal brand and everything, I didn't really know what that meant. Like I was like, oh yeah, be the authority, like be the expert, like yeah, I'm doing that, or like yeah, I like that's what I'm doing. Like I thought like yes, that's what I'm doing. Like I'm showing up as like I'm professional, I'm this, like I'm an expert. But I didn't realize that I actually wasn't doing that, but I thought I was doing that. So and that showed in, you know, the money that I was making, the client that I was attracting. And so this is when you know that you're not doing it properly. It's more about leading the way. So that is when you are really in your true authority. It looks like you are the one opening the doors for other people. Okay. This is like no more watered down, likable content, because a lasting brand positions you as the authority by standing in your truth, even if that truth is not true for everyone. Does that make sense? And now the part which is the embodied brand, this is when you are obviously embodying your brand. So everything that is part of your personal brand, you are living it. I feel it in everything that you do, and everything that, in all the ways that you are showing up, I feel it, okay? And this honestly can take some practice getting used to, because again, this is kind of something that like can be kind of like, it sounds so simple. Like it sounds like embody your brand. Like it sounds so simple, but there's a few ways that actually works to do this and actually magnify your brand, okay? Because it's not so much about like, well, my personal brand is rooted in me, so obviously I'm the embodiment of my brand. No, it doesn't really work that way. There are a few ways that you can really magnify how you embody your brand to magnify what your brand stands for, but also magnify that you are the obvious choice for those amazing clients that are right for you. And finally, we have binge-worthy content. What the fuck, first of all, is binge-worthy content, okay? So, like we touched into part 2 for a little bit, binge-worthy content is basically content that, let's say I watch one video, I'm going to be really compelled to watch the second, the third, the fourth, the fifth, the sixth. Because here's the thing, okay? Posting content is honestly the bare minimum to being seen. You know what I mean? Like, if you're not posting content, like, you're not really gonna be seen. You're gonna be, most likely, it's gonna be just, you know, referrals, words of mouths, like walk-ins, whatever, okay? But so posting content is honestly bare minimum. But when you want content that builds on your personal brand to get powerfully paid, to have a brand that makes you money, that makes you the kind of money that you want to be making, it's about making the right people binge you, become obsessed, become your client, and come back for more. Because like I said in part 2 of this mini series that we're doing, okay, the more someone can consume your personal brand, the more they will come back to what you have to offer. And what does that do? They become more and more certain that like you are the person they want. It becomes obvious to them because it's not because you're tricking them or anything, but it's because your personal brand is so powerful that it magnetizes the right people, and you know exactly how to position yourself. You know exactly how to create the content that will attract them, and then bam, next thing you know, they're your clients, and they're your clients on repeat. This might sound kind of harsh, but if your content is not attracting kind of client that you want, or you're not making the kind of money that you want to make, it's because you need better content. You need better content. And like I said before, to be posting content is not the same thing as content that builds your personal brand. It's not the same thing. Okay? There's a big difference between you posting content and you being like, this is what I do, guys. This is my service. I don't know why I take that voice. Anyways, this is what I do, right? And there's a big difference with that and content that builds a powerful brand that will get the right clients to be obsessed, okay? There's a few elements to it, okay? So number 1, it's for the right people. Number 2, it's very, very branded to you. So this is what I called you branded content. Okay, this is something that I teach, that I'm going to teach inside of my program explicitly, which I'm super fucking excited. Okay, you branded content. So this is content that is unmistakably yours because it's recognizable, it's part of your personal brand, and it leads to a very specific outcome. Okay, you know exactly why, like who is attracting, and you know exactly where you are leading them with that content. Okay, so this is what I called you branded content. That is the content that fuels your personal brand. You can really get these people to like take action and be like, holy shit, like this is exactly what I fucking want, or this is exactly the girl for me. Like that is what your content is supposed to do. And that concludes our mini 3-part series. I hope you absolutely fucking loved it. I know I did. And I honestly would have killed to have what I am creating now. So I cannot tell you how fucking excited I am. And as I mentioned previously, I'll leave in the description the waitlist. And if you love this episode, make sure to take a screenshot, share it on your story, and tag me on IG. I've been seeing some of the girlies tagging me, and I love you so, so much. Thank you for all your support. And if you love this episode, definitely send it to someone, send it to a friend. And as always, I will meet you here next week. Thanks so much for tuning in, and don't forget to leave your 5-star rate and review on the podcast. I love to know what you guys think of the episodes, and I will meet you here next week.